Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Reed. I'm your host for today's meditation. Thank you for joining me. Do pop in the chat who's with me. I can only see myself at the minute, so it would be nice to know who's out there. Today, we're doing a grounding meditation, and I'm just going to start some music. So we have some nice songs going on behind my voice. And that should be starting shortly. There we go. So today's meditation is on grounding, and it's in 3 parts. We're going to do a bit of an introduction, followed by a bit of breath work, and then the final piece is the guided meditation, a visualization, which is quite a beautiful way to end an afternoon. It's 45 minutes, this session, and there isn't a Q&A. And so I'm going to be a bit unconventional and put my email address up at the front, because after a meditation, grabbing a pen and writing an email isn't exactly the most Zen thing. So my email address is rr@robertreed.co.uk. There's going to be a recording of this available that if you wish to have as an MP3, please let me know and I can send this over to you. And also if you have any questions about anything we cover here today. So a little bit about myself. I'm a farmer born and bred here in Somerset. Dad's dairy farmer, grew up milking cows. And I spent the last 7 years working with the food sovereignty movement in different ways. And it's been an absolute joy to see it grow to the scale that it is now. I've been working in philanthropy with the A-Team Foundation, and recently I've joined Soil Heroes in the soil carbon markets, which is completely different to the purpose of why we're here today, which is around meditation. And this is because today is the first time that I'm bringing my spiritual side into my professional side. And I'm slightly nervous, but it's going to be good. I've been a kundalini yoga practitioner for 10 years. And I recently became a qualified teacher in 2021. Bit of a stuttering start, but with everything considered, but it's a journey. So in today's session, the reason I think it was so important is because in the world, we have this pandemic. We have so much uncertainty. We have climate change. We have biodiversity crisis. There is racial inequality, gender issues, misogyny. There are poor leadership, economic challenges. There's all these various problems out in the world that seem just so big, systemically huge challenges. And at the same time, if you're a farmer, how are you producing this? There's all these wonderful ways of being innovative, but they're new and they could feel daunting, or think about your economic situation. Then there's the production, there's the weather, there's the routes to market. Everything is so complex that our minds start spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And it becomes this sense of anxiety, and you can kind of get lost in our minds and get wrung through the ringer of all these thoughts that just keep on going and going and going and going. And when that happens, we need to bring it down into our body. We need to center ourselves and ground ourselves, because when we stop and when we listen to ourselves, that is where the magic happens. It allows the mind to relax, and it brings all the energy inwards. So eventually, you can start directing and focusing your energy on the change or the creativity that you want to perform. But with all this anxiety going around, and perhaps you feel that these things are so big that you feel helpless and you feel too much. Perhaps there's a sense of depression that comes in with anxiety, where the world around you is just pushing in on your inner world. Yoga and meditation is one of the most beautiful ways of filling up your inner world so that you become bigger than the problems, and you're able to really deliver whilst also remaining true to who you are and peaceful. For me, I've had personal experiences of this real struggle with anxiety and depression, and I've come to the conclusion there are only three ways you can really deal with it. Run away, you can fight, or you can use it. And I am very much using it and bringing it into something here with you. And I hope today that the breath work and the guided meditation are tools that you can use to help yourselves. Another form of healing that I use to help myself is writing, and the guided meditation today is something I've written, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a journey down a mountain to find our true home, and through that journey we'll really reconnect with our connection to Earth, to Mother Earth, and we'll ground ourselves in our own being. But the first step is really listening and becoming part, like aligning yourselves with the center of our being. And this is what we call grounding. Grounding is really coming to the root of who you are, just being present in the here and the now. And this can be done by walking through nature, reading a good book, going on a long walk, cycling, listening to music. But yoga and meditation are really, really good, direct ways of grounding. You're setting an intention, and if you set an intention, the universe mirrors that back to you, and you can find real grounding. So, to move into the breath work, we're going to do something called alternate nostril breathing, which is a simple way of building what we call prana in Kundalini yoga in the body, which is essentially, you might have heard of qi in China, but it's essentially energy that we capture from the universe and we store it and bring it into our body so that we can use. And it's a really beautiful way of getting ourselves prepared for a wonderful meditation. So without much further ado, do find yourself sat comfortably. And I also would like to suggest, if you do have headphones, especially for the guided meditation, it may come in handy. And I should say that with the guided meditation, you are able to lie down, then do so, because you'll have like a really lovely experience. But if you're sat up straight in a chair, that will work. And so too if you're sat on the floor cross-legged. Either way, if you have some headphones, it helps bring you into yourself as well and avoids distractions. And just check the space that you're in. Are you able to shut the door and just make sure you're comfortable? Are you warm? And when you're ready, just take a moment to sit down and be here now. And just remind you that you're totally safe. You can leave whenever you want. And all you have to do is just follow my instructions and follow my voice. So we begin with some alternate nostril breathing. And we do this by raising our hand and taking our thumb and put it on one nostril. And then with the other nostril, we inhale and swap and bring the pinky over and exhale. And then inhale. As you can see, exhale, inhale, swap, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, swap, exhale, inhale. And when you're ready, close your eyes and keep following the flow, the movement of the hand. Exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale. And keep going. What we're doing here is bringing the attention to our breath. It's not as easy as a normal breath. And that's the point. We're bringing our awareness into the movement of our hands and the breath going out and in. We're finding balance between the left and the right sides of our body, the masculine, the feminine, the summer, the winter, the flower, the seed, the day, the night. All of this duality is bridged in this moment of being here and now. Keep breathing. We're going to be carrying on for another couple of minutes. Just really feel the relaxation. Notice your body. Feel the weight of your body. Just feel yourself being. You're doing wonderfully. Just keep going. Really feel the coolness come over you. The inhale of fresh oxygen. The exhale of any tension. That's it, keep going. We're letting go of all anxiety. We're calming ourselves down. Listen to yourself. What thoughts are coming up? Just let them go. Don't judge them. Just think of them as a leaf in the wind. They come and they go. That's it, keep going. Not long now. You're really getting yourself into a beautiful headspace for the most wonderful visualization. Soon, I will be walking you through a journey back to yourself. This is a warm-up or a cool down to let everything that's been hanging around us today go. That's it, stay with the alternate nostril breathing. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. As you get into that pattern, can you sense the world around you? How still is the room that you're in? And when you're ready, bring your arm down and put it into your lap with the other hand. And just stay there, quietly. And just notice and feel what you feel. Let your breath go back to normal. Just relax because you're safe. I am going to begin the next part, which is the visualization. If you're able to lie down with headphones, I recommend it. Otherwise, sit in a chair or cross-legged, wherever you can, but you need to be warm and comfortable. So with your eyes closed, sit or lie as comfortably as you can. Place your hands on your lap or by your side, whichever is comfortable for you. And close your eyes. Breathe. You are safe. You can open your eyes at any time. As thoughts come, just let them go. Don't judge them. Just notice them. Let them flow away. This is a visualization meditation to ground ourselves into our bodies and the earth. I'm going to tell a story, and all you need to do is follow my voice. Become aware of your body and any sensations that you are feeling. Breathe in and out. Breathe in peace and breathe out any stress. Breathe in lightness and breathe out any heaviness. Feel your body deepening with each exhale. Notice how you feel. What parts of your body are causing any tension? Just breathe into that part, notice it, and exhale. Right now, there is no one you need to be, nowhere you need to go, and nothing you need to do. This moment is all for you. Smile. We are going to undertake a beautiful journey, walking down the side of a mountain, back to our true home. And we begin sat at the very top, at its summit. Imagine yourself there at the very top of a mountain with the whole world beneath you. Feel the weight of the mountain putting you down. Feel the gravity of it, its strength, its permanence. Up here, time itself stands still. Look out over the horizon. You are above patches of cheerful clouds. The wind softly plays around your ears with the wisps of your hair. Notice a bird of prey flying above you, a silhouette circling in the sun. Bring your awareness to the very top of your head. Feel a slight pressure on your crown, a warmth. Visualize a light, violet, a violet light, softly swirling into your crown. It plays around your head like the wind, and is as divine as the bird of prey. As you breathe in, feel the violet light expand. As you exhale, see it flow out around you. Violet is the light of the divine. It is a parting gift as we embark on the descent down the mountain back to our true home. But take a moment. Sit on top of the mountain with this violet light on your crown. We leave the mountain's peak and begin walking down a snowy path. Feel assured and safe, for you are strong and wise. It's a long way down, and our descent will be graceful. We have the divine wind as our friend and guide. The path follows the ridge of the mountain, and a recent snowfall has laid fresh, crisp, white powdery snow. It softly crunches underfoot. Notice how your feet compact the snow as we walk down. Feel the crisp coldness on your cheeks. See your breath turn to steam. Almost childlike. You feel such joy. The mountain is such an awe. The magnitude of it, its strength against the passing of time, its mystery wrapped in quietness. And after a short distance, we have arrived at a plateau for a rest. Looking out over the majestic vista with a sense of awe, we sit or lie down and feel a subtle shift in altitude. The warm pressure from our crown has now descended down to our forehead. Resting between the eyebrows, the violet light playfully twirls and swirls. It refreshes our mind and clears our thoughts. As you breathe in, feel the violet light expand around your forehead. As you exhale, see it flow out around you. This is the gift of intuition. Our path is now blessed with our inner guidance. Take a moment and notice the sensations around your third eye, the middle of your forehead. With gratitude for the rest, our journey continues. Our descent takes to the mountain pass, where the snow begins to give way to rock. The scale of stone and rock is unfathomable. Large boulders stand like ancient statues. Small stones roll ahead of us with each footstep. Brave individual trees have planted themselves amongst the barren rock. Their own existence a testament to resilience. Our path takes small detours around a mountain stream. It meanders and curves, eventually flowing into a small mountain pool called a tarn. Here, the flow of cold and fresh water will quench our thirst. Another short rest is always welcome, and as we stop, we notice how the air has thickened. Our lungs breathe more easily. We deeply inhale the fresh mountain air. We breathe in richness, And we breathe out any tension. The violet light has made its way down to our throat. Sprightly, it swirls. We can imagine ourselves here as a Swiss mountaineer, yodeling over a veranda to the world, just for the sheer joy of being alive. But take a moment. Notice the wonderful violet swirls and sensations around your throat. As we start to pack our things to continue, in the corner of our eye, something moved. A deer. We stand silently as a majestic stag stands on a rocky outcrop, like a monarch inspecting his kingdom. The wind echoing across the rocks. He senses us and turns confidently to walk down a track. He enters a forest, and we follow our new friend into the tall pine trees. The scent of pine overcomes our senses. It's a unique smell. It's so sweet, yet clean, grounded, yet elevated. The pine forest is thick and dense, almost unpassable, but the stag shows us the way. The remnants of wildlife lay at our feet, half-eaten nuts, tracks from paws, hoofs, and claws. The forest has an eerie feeling of darkness, but it's as if the trees know that we're here. And the wind rushes through the leaves. It reminds us that we're safe and we belong. Ahead, the stag walks like a king and leads us to the rest of the herd. Young foals and does slowly grazing amongst the trees, big docile eyes, flittering tails. Being in their presence fills up our hearts. It reminds us of the sanctity of life, how sacred all of this is. We sit in quietness, meditating on the beauty of the deer, our hearts warm, and the violet light becomes love, simply a love for life. Breathe in love, breathe out love. Focus at your heart and notice the warm violet light expanding and growing and warming your heart. The deer soon move off to pastures new, and we bid them farewell, for our journey continues. The forest turns from dark old pine to areas of woodland with broadleaf trees. We spot familiar friends such as oak and ash. Squirrels dart amongst the rafters. Birdsong feeds our ears. The wind catches the smell of heather. Soon enough, the mountain's foothills roll out into lush green valleys. The green grasses sway with the breeze. Small flowers add dots of colour. Yellow buttercups, white daisies, pink lupins. Birds and insects are in fight and song. Animals are grazing. Longhorn cattle with bells around their neck clang as they chew grass. And sheep bleat freely across the valleys. Here, life is peaceful. The sun is warm and wholesome. With your eyes closed, you feel the sun on your body. We feel tired after walking so far, but our back is strong. Yet this looks like a nice place to take a rest and take off our backpack. We're nearly home. We can see our farmstead in the distance. We can spot a little chimney blowing out smoke. But here we'll take a moment in the sun and rest. 2 inches above our navel is our solar plexus, just under the ribs. The violet light swirls and plays. As you breathe in, feel the violet light expand around your solar plexus. As you exhale, see it flow out around you. We're getting tired, but we're not home yet. As the sun warms our core, the violet light gives us the strength to carry on, to keep going when all we want to do is stop. It gives us the resilience to power through. Take a moment and notice the sensations in your solar plexus. Our home is calling, and it's not far now. That rest was enough to renew our spirits so we can keep moving. We walk across alpine-esque fields of bliss. The rich green of home relaxes our soul. The blue sky of unlimited adventure. This is all for you right now. Smile. As we pass hedgerows and stone walls and the odd goat, we eventually meet a beautiful waterfall. The water flows into a pool surrounded by a grove of oak trees. And along the banks of the waterfall, mountain flowers have been laid as little gifts to the water spirit. This is the same water we met previously up the mountain. The stream of melting snow is now a fully fledged river. And here the water is so clear, you can see fish frolic between the reeds. Through the air, you hear the white noise of the falling water turn to music. This is a sacred place where earth, water, and air meet. After our traveling, we are weary, and the water looks inviting. For those who wish to, now is a perfect opportunity to bathe. In your backpack is your swimming costume. And as you get in, the coldness of the water, which was once snow, sharpens our senses. And the brave amongst us submerge ourselves below the surface and are held with love by the water spirit. The water soon turns violet in color. It's a coolness, a balm that soothes our aching body. Become aware of your body and focus in 2 inches below our navel. The violet water swirls joyfully around our wombs and our lower abdomen. The place where universe can create itself, the cradle of infinite creativity. Here, all possibilities can happen. Through trust and creativity, miracles occur. Your existence is a miracle. Breathe in, feel into your body and the wonder of it. Exhale, flow with the violet water. See it enwrap you all around you. And take a moment and notice the sensations. What a beautiful place. Such a sacred place. And we can come back here whenever we want. But there is always no place like home. Familiar faces are calling us. It's time to towel down and be on our way. With gratitude, we walk the last leg of our journey across fields we knew from being young, past houses imprinted in our memory, to a house with a wooden sign on the front that reads the word home. And we feel such a deep sense of belonging. We have made it. But before we celebrate our journey's end, there is one last thing to do. The violet light turns deep red, an iron ore red, an earth red, and we feel it in the deepest, most parts of our being, in our root, at the tail of our spine. The red light pulls us to the ground, forming a spiral around the base of our torso, at the very bottom of our spine. It begins to swirl and pull down into the center of Mother Earth. We form our connection. This is our home. Take a moment and feel yourself deeply connected to Mother Earth. Feel the red light between the bottom of your root and the center of the earth. Notice any sensations. And now, look back at the mountain behind us and see how far we've come. Notice how divine it is. Admire how tall and strong it is, how grounded and secure. Look at its light and shadow sides, its whole majesty. And now, merge with the mountain. See yourself as the mountain. Feel yourself as the mountain. All the life, the animals, biodiversity, the water, the strength, the resilience. Feel it all. Feel from the crown down to your root the whole journey we have been through. And mentally, repeat after me. I am divine. I have intuition. I have a voice. I am full of love. I have my own power. I am full of creativity. I am strong and secure. I am the mountain. This is your true being. Whenever you need to come back to this place, it's always here, it's always within you. Take a minute to bathe in this feeling. Really tune in and notice yourself grounded and strong, eternal, timeless. See yourself as the mountain. And now it is time to say goodbye and return to our body. I will slowly count you back. 10. You start noticing your body. 9. Slowly you sense around your body. 8. You wiggle your fingers. 7. You wiggle your toes. 6. Take a long, deep inhale. 5. Exhale. 4. Roll your hands and wrists. 3. Roll your feet and ankles. 2. Just sense yourself in the room. And 1. Open your eyes. Thank you for coming on that journey with me. It's been an absolute honor. I hope you really feel quite zen and grounded. Whenever you want to, you can come back to this place, either through meditations or yoga or finding yourself walking through nature, but it's always there for you. If you just set the intention and it'll come. We're coming to the end of our session here now, and I would just like to leave with some thank yous. I want to thank Fran for trusting me to do a guided meditation. This is the first time I brought my spirituality into my professional world, and I think I did a good job. I hope I've done you proud, Fran. I also want to thank Helena and Ben for their technical and support, and the whole of the ORFC conference and attendees. The whole food sovereignty movement is an absolute inspiration to be associated with you, and I wish you a lot of love. And if there's anything you want to talk about around spirituality, I love a cup of tea and a good chinwag. If you would like to, thank God that happened at the end. If you'd like to drop me an email and get a recording of this, it's rr@robertreed.co.uk. And yeah, thank you very, very much. And I hope you all have a very good rest of the conference. Thank you.